right, this call will be recorded with my foot up your ass. If you don't want to be recorded, then go get yourself fuck off Skype. Sorry, I didn't read that wrong. I should put my glasses on.
No, it's okay. Joining us on a very brand new Tech Interviews is creator of the former Naruto Shippuden Abridged and creator of Inuyasha.
The evil!
Damn it. Why do you gotta interrupt me on parts?
I'm sorry. I'll let you do your job.
Well, it's fine, it's fine. That's what these interviews are for, to goof off on.
Oh, okay, that's good. Because, you know, everybody thinks I'm evil because of... But you know what? We're not going to talk about that because we're going to talk about... Wow. Almost said it. We're going to talk about Inuyasha Abridged.
Yes, indeedy. But anyways, to get things started, just tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
I'm in my fourth year of university at Ottawa University, taking English literature, and I work at Red Lobster. I'm a waiter. Yay.
See, that's the thing I couldn't handle if doing jobs like that. I just don't think I would be able to do any waitering because...
Oh, you just think you can handle people? That usually is probably the hardest thing.
No. To me, talking to people's easy. It's the tray because you have like a hot plate of like lobster right there in your hands, and one trip, spill it on over like this big dude with bulging muscles, and he'll beat like the living crap out of you.
I have to say I've only spilt coffee on someone. That was back when I used to work at Denny's.
Ugh.
And it only happened once, and I've noticed that as I've been doing this, I've been pretty much waitering for about 3 or 4 years now. It's just your hands build calluses. It's just like you can't. It doesn't hurt anymore. You've burned yourself so much, and I bet you some people that have done fast food jobs where they've flipped burgers and stuff like that. You've burned your hands so much on oil and stuff like that you just don't care anymore. But balance really isn't the hard part. It's the people complaining about random crap that really get to you sometimes.
All right. Anyways, next question. What gave you the inspiration to do Inuyasha the Abridged series?
Apart from the fact that I was being banned because I was doing Naruto Shippuden, it was sort of an anime that I've always like really enjoyed, but I never really found it to be very comedical in the sense of I could make fun of it because it likes to make fun of itself a lot. So I kind of originally started with Naruto Shippuden. I guess some people will say riding coattails and stuff like that, but it's just something, it was like the next logical step, and it allowed me to sort of express, and being in Inuyasha is probably the funnest thing I've ever done, because I'm naturally a very cynical person, so when it comes to Inuyasha, my assiness, if that's even a word, can come out, and it's just so goddamn pathetic!
What about the old lady?
Oh, Lady Kaede. A lot of people, I don't know why. All I did was take the yees that she already says, which is kind of weird that none of the other villagers at all in her village ever say her the way she does. And, it's like, "Oh, ye are the one who shall slay the mighty dragon with thy blade of ye's sword," or something, It's just, and she's very, I guess... what's the word?
Medieval.
I can't think of the word now. Medieval? Yeah, medieval. She's very medieval for an anime that's set in a feudal Japan setting. She's probably the only one that's in character. But sort of annoying at the same time.
Where do you get most of your jokes from?
My jokes rarely come from outside source, and some people say that I should probably, move farther out and take jokes from, not other series, but just, like, pull in, like, random cameos and stuff like that. Centralize my jokes, so it comes from what's happening in the show, because Inuyasha is like that to begin with. It's very, like, it's supposedly a love story, but it's mixed with a bunch of quirky scenes. So, for example, making Inuyasha sit is something that, people laugh at already when they watch Inuyasha. But to, like, sort of bring it home and make it sort of completely different for the reasons why and make it completely absurd. And, it's like, wow, he actually said something, legitimate right there, but he still gets sit because of, like, how dense Kagome is or something, I like to take from the show. So when you see like Sashomaru surrounded by a bunch of dogs, he's like, "Oh look, the little doggies," and it's one of those things where you don't hear Sashomaru ever saying something like that, but still, I find it hilarious to always pull from the show. That's why it's very close. Like the storyline is very close to what and make for the show.
I know a lot of the Naruto Shippuden fans have been kind of upset that you stopped doing production on the series, but a question would probably have to be, would you ever consider maybe in the future doing somewhat like a Akatsuki special?
Oh, of course. I've always said, and before my Dog Demon CJ account got banned, I released a video saying that I was thinking that I should really just end all the questions, and a lot of people have been saying, yes, you should go on, and I really want to, especially with the Akatsuki, because I think I said it, it's something that Masako and Vegeta really haven't touched, so I can't always be sort of having their shadow linger over me, and like just recently I made like a special or two, like Ask Akatsuki and stuff like that with them, and that alone can stand up without the words abridged sort of put there, actually continue it on in its own story. But like I said in that video, if some of people that are watching this haven't, I'm thinking of at least finishing the Save Gaara arc, because I think I owe it to you guys to, like I said, kill off Sorcery, because I kind of was really enjoying killing him off, because it was going to be really, really funny from what I thought. But yeah, I think I'll always continue the Akatsuki. They're always something that's close to me, and like I said, I'll finish Naruto Shippuden, at least when we save Gaara.
Are there any abridged series that you would actually recommend anyone to watch that's not really popular with the public?
I don't know if it's an abridged series, but I'm particularly fond of Disorganization 13. It's not technically an abridged series, it's more of a parody series, but it's just hilarious, sort of the off-the-wall, and it reminds me so much of like my Akatsuki specials, it's just completely out of context, but somehow they all like mesh and mash together like really, really well. And I think maybe someone's already said this, but Angel Elric's Fruit Basket Abridged, it's not underrated. I never want to say it's underrated. You can't, to me personally, I could never say that anybody's underrated or overrated, because, like, I did Naruto Shippuden Abridged. But she is definitely a really good abridger, and she's got a good team working on that, and it's just hilarious. And to this day, I can still remember that whole thing with what's-his-face and saying, "Oh my god! She's a hobo!" It always makes me laugh to this day.
If you were to give out any advice to any new abridgers that are getting started, what would that advice be?
I don't want to sound like a broken record, because everybody seems to say this, is, like, do it for fun, and it seems that lately doing it for fun is sort of like, I'm doing it for popularity type, but it's all about making sure that you have everything in order. Continue on the way you're going and try and pump out as many episodes just to see if you can get people to watch. But like I said, get everything in order. Make sure your script, you laugh at your own script. This is a big one. No matter what people say, like Zero Master and all those hardcore editor people, Windows Movie Maker can be your friend. It just can't do certain things that other big programs can. You can make Windows Movie Maker work for you, because it works for me, okay?
And me.
And it works, let's see, it works for Chicken too. And see, those are little fundamental things that you wouldn't really think about when you're slapping together an abridged series. So that's my advice I can give. And have fun.
If you had to go back in time at anywhere in the world, where would you go and why?
If I were seriously going to go back in time, I would go back in time and I would visit my grandfather from New Zealand, because I never got to meet him because he died of lung cancer, and I would really like to meet him because he sounds like a real stand-up guy. Well, my mother's side is actually from New Zealand, so I got a little bit of British humor in there. That's why I got a lot of satire.
Well, that's a little something many people didn't know.
Yeah, indeed.
That's good. All right. Okay, that does it for the interview with you, Canadian Jutsu. I want to thank you for dropping by.
I was busy doing nothing. I'm glad I could help.
For those of you that don't know how to get in touch with Canadian Jutsu, if his account doesn't get banned, that is, just head on over to www.youtube.com/II Canadian Jutsu II. I think that's right. Anyways, this is Chicken Wings along with T.A.C saying good night.